the fire that refused to fade. The words cut through the quiet of room 112 like a blade. You don't belong here. The voice was sharp, venomous, and deliberate. Then came the follow-up, louder, uglier. Go back to where you came from. We don't need your kind here. For a moment, the hum of the air conditioner at Jefferson High seemed to stall. Every eye in the honors geometry class turned to Aisha Thompson, the only black student in the room. She stood at the whiteboard, marker poised, her face unreadable. Without a word, she finished the equation, circled the answer x equals 4, and stepped back. Her hands didn't shake. Her gaze didn't waver. But the air in that small Virginia classroom had changed forever. It was a Tuesday morning, the kind of gray October day that makes the world feel heavy. Aisha, a junior and new to Jefferson High, was no stranger to whispers or stares, but this was different. The words came from Lauren Mitchell, a senior with a sharp tongue and a clique that ruled the school's social hierarchy. Lauren's green eyes gleamed with defiance as she leaned back in her chair, daring anyone to challenge her. No one did. Not the other students, frozen in their seats. Not even Mrs. Whitaker, the teacher, who blinked rapidly before muttering, "Lauren, that's enough." But the damage was done. Aisha met Lauren's stare and said, softly but firmly, "I'm staying." The silence that followed was a battlefield, and Aisha had just drawn her line. Aisha walked to her seat, her steps measured, her back straight. She'd faced worse than this sly comments at her old school, the way some neighbors avoided eye contact when she and her mom moved to this quiet suburb. But here, in this room, the hostility was raw, unfiltered. By lunchtime, she sat alone at the edge of the cafeteria, a peanut butter sandwich and an apple untouched in front of her. Across the room, Lauren held court with her friends Jessica and Megan, laughing too loudly, their eyes flicking toward Aisha. "She won't last," Lauren said, loud enough to carry. "People like her never do." Her boyfriend, Ethan, shrugged. "She's quick with math, though. I didn't even get that problem." Lauren smirked, crunching a chip. "Exactly. It's not normal." That afternoon, Aisha found her locker ajar. Her books were there, but her backpack was gone. She heard a giggle and turned to see Lauren twirling the strap of her bag 10 feet away. "Looking for this?" Lauren asked, her smile venomous. "Football field, 15 minutes. Come get it." Aisha didn't respond. Instead, she walked to the library, where the air smelled of old paper and wax polish. Mr. Reynolds, the librarian, looked up from his desk. "They take your stuff again?" he asked gently. Aisha nodded. "You going to the principal?" She shook her head. "They wouldn't believe me." "Mr. Reynolds sighed, then handed her a book, Strength in Silence. "You don't need fists to fight," he said. "But you do need to stand." Aisha looked at the cover, then at him. "I'll go to the field," she said, her voice steady. "Keep your head high," he replied. The football field was quiet, the bleachers empty under a darkening sky. Aisha approached with calm steps, her sneakers soft against the grass. Lauren was there, flanked by Jessica and Megan, Aisha's backpack on the ground like a prize. "Look who showed up," Lauren sneered. Jessica pulled out her phone, recording. Aisha stopped a few feet away. "Give it back," she said. Lauren stepped closer. "Or what?" Megan grabbed Aisha's sleeve, tugging hard. Aisha stumbled but caught herself. Lauren laughed, high and cruel, and reached for Aisha's jacket. That's when Aisha moved fast. She sidestepped, grabbed Megan's arm, and twisted just enough to make her yelp. Lauren lunged, but Aisha ducked, sweeping a foot behind Lauren's knee. Lauren hit the ground with a thud, dust rising around her. Jessica froze, her phone still up. Aisha stood tall. "I asked once." "Give it back." Lauren scrambled up, brushing dirt from her jeans. "You'll regret this," she hissed. Aisha picked up her bag and walked away, her heart pounding but her face a mask of steel. That night, Aisha sat at her kitchen table, her mom, a nurse still in scrubs, pouring tea. The small apartment smelled of chamomile and home. Aisha told her everything: the words, the field, the fight. Her mom's hands tightened around her mug. "You don't have to fight every time, baby. But sometimes, they don't give you a choice." Aisha nodded, then checked her phone. A video had been posted on the school's student forum, edited to make her look like the aggressor. The caption read, "Trouble at Jefferson again." Comments poured in, "Expel her. She's dangerous." Aisha's throat burned, but she didn't cry. She shut off her phone and went to bed, the weight of the day pressing against her chest. The next morning, she found a note in her locker, tucked inside with a flash drive. The note read, "This is the truth. I saw it all. No signature." That night, Aisha plugged the drive into her mom's laptop. The full video loaded Lauren's taunts, Megan's grab, Aisha's defense. No cuts, no lies. Her breath steadied. The next day, she marched to the principal's office. Mrs. Callahan, a no-nonsense woman with graying hair, listened as Aisha presented the drive. "Why didn't you come sooner?" Callahan asked. Aisha met her eyes. "Because I didn't think you'd listen." Callahan's jaw tightened. "I'm listening now." That afternoon, the school held an assembly. The auditorium buzzed with restless students as Callahan took the stage. A video was shared that told a lie, she said. "Today, you'll see the truth." The full clip played Lauren's cruelty, Aisha's restraint. When it ended, Callahan announced Lauren's suspension. A few students stood Ethan first, then Sarah from Aisha's history class. Slowly, others joined, not clapping, but standing in quiet respect. Aisha felt their eyes, not with pity, but with something new, recognition. But the storm wasn't over. A week later, a new threat emerged. Claire Dawson, Lauren's cousin, a transfer from a neighboring school. Claire didn't shout or shove. Her weapon was silence, cold and calculated. A sticky note on Aisha's locker read, "Time's ticking." A video of Aisha walking in the hall, filmed from behind, appeared in her inbox. No sender, no caption. Claire's presence was a shadow lingering in doorways, watching from across the cafeteria. Aisha's notebook became her shield. She documented every note, every stare, every whispered threat. One Tuesday, an anonymous email arrived with a photo of Aisha in the parking lot, taken that morning. Her hands went cold. That afternoon, Sarah found her in the library. "There's a new thread on the forum," Sarah whispered. "Proof Aisha's trouble. It's locked now, but people saw it." Aisha's jaw tightened. "It's Claire." Sarah nodded. "We need proof they can't ignore." That night, Aisha wrote in her notebook, "No more silence." By Thursday, another video surfaced, edited to make Aisha look like she'd started a fight in the cafeteria weeks ago. A red marker scrawled "fake" across her locker. Aisha didn't flinch. She walked to Callahan's office with her notebook, laying out every detail, dates, witnesses, screenshots. Callahan leaned forward. "This is meticulous," she said. Aisha nodded. "They're smart. But I'm smarter." The next day, a school-wide email announced an investigation into digital harassment. Claire's stares stopped, but the whispers didn't. The turning point came on a Friday. Aisha found a folder in the library, unmarked, filled with security footage. Screenshots her face in every frame. Handwritten notes called her a virus and a manipulator. A sticky note read, "Even shadows bleed." Aisha photographed every page, then took the folder to Mr. Reynolds. 30 minutes later, she sat in the office as Callahan and a district officer reviewed the evidence. "This isn't just students," the officer said. "Someone with server access is involved." Callahan's face hardened. "We'll find them." That afternoon, another assembly was called. Callahan revealed the surveillance plot, promising accountability. Claire was called to the stage, her mother beside her. Claire's voice was flat but clear. "I didn't think it would go this far. I wanted to hurt Aisha because of Lauren. I was wrong." The room was silent, not with forgiveness, but with understanding. Aisha didn't speak. She didn't need to. The truth had spoken for her. Weeks later, Aisha stood at a district diversity conference, her badge reading, "Jefferson High Delegate." Her speech was simple but piercing. Silence doesn't keep you safe. It delays the moment they come for you. Change starts when one person refuses to stay quiet. The room erupted in applause, not polite, but raw. Back at school, Lauren returned, quieter now. One morning, she approached Aisha's locker, holding a small brass compass. "I sent some of the notes," she admitted. "Not the first ones, but the last. This was my dad's. Keep it pointing forward." Aisha took it, stunned. "Thank you," she said softly. Lauren nodded and walked away. By November, Aisha was named to lead a district-wide anti-bullying program. Her name appeared in local news, but she didn't watch. She was too busy drafting training plans with the district coordinator. In her room, a whiteboard read, "Courage is showing up, even when you're afraid." At school, a bulletin board bore the title, "What Aisha Taught Us," filled with student notes, "Truth Matters." Courage is quiet but strong. Aisha read them, her chest warm. She wasn't alone anymore. The final assembly came in December. Lauren, Ethan, and another student, Olivia, stood before the school, admitting their wrongs. Lauren's voice broke. I thought hurting Aisha made me strong. It made me a coward. I'm sorry. Aisha took the stage last. I accept your apologies, she said, not because it erases the past, but because I won't let hate define me. Everyone belongs somewhere, and I belong here. The applause was deafening, a wave of respect that filled the room. Aisha walked out of Jefferson High that day, the compass in her pocket, its needle steady. The whispers were gone, replaced by nods and smiles. She'd faced the fire, Lauren's cruelty, Claire's schemes, the system's failures, and emerged not just whole, but stronger. The school had changed, not because of one speech or video, but because Aisha had shown what it meant to stand, to speak, to rebuild. She wasn't just a student anymore. She was a light, and Jefferson High would never be the same. What do you think? Share your thoughts in the comments below. How would you handle bullying or injustice in your own life? Do you believe standing up, like Aisha did, is worth the cost? Or is silence sometimes the safer path? Take a stand, share your view, and let's start a conversation about courage and justice.